In this video, I'm going to be showing you how I create a week's worth of Pinterest pins for my account in just 1 hour. So I create a lot of pins each week, both for my account and my clients' accounts. Over time, I have developed some strategies and ways that you can create pins faster so you can get on to some more important things. Let's get started. Hey, my name is Sarah, and if you spend a ton of time creating pins for your account each week, you are not alone. Creating pins is a tedious process, but there are some things you can do to speed it up. Like, the first tip I have for you is to create templates to reuse. So the way that I create my pins is by using templates. I decide how many different designs I want to do that week based on the number of blog posts that I'm going to promote and how many pins I want to do each day. And then I create that many templates. I create about 2 to 4 new Pinterest pin designs each week, and all of my pins are created that week using those templates. That way I can just copy and paste the title into each new pin and I don't have to take as long. The second tip I have for you is to save your designs in folders. Each new design that you do doesn't have to be drastically different from the last one. So I also save my best performing or my favorite Pinterest pins in a folder in Canva so that when I go to create pins the next week, if I don't have a design in mind, I can go back into those folders and check out one of the designs that I've done, tweak it a little bit so that it's a different design, and reuse it again the next week. This will count as a new pin and it saves so much time. Let me show you what I mean. So I have this folder of templates saved. So if I don't feel like creating a new design, I will choose one of these templates that I want to change up and reuse. So let's say I've chose this pin here and this pin that I'm going to do for the week. I would take this pin and turn it into something similar like this. And then I would take this pin and turn it into something similar like this. So as you can see, the text is a lot similar. The way that I've done it is a lot similar. It's just changed up ever so slightly. And same thing with this. I've kind of taken this boxy design and done it something like this. So I created these templates in just a couple of minutes because I already had the base design down. I just needed to switch it up ever so slightly because these are clearly 2 totally different pin designs, and Pinterest will recognize that as well. So once you have your designs created, it's really just a matter of adding the text, the photos, and saving. So my next tip for speeding up that process is to have your blog post chosen and your titles already written out. You can go so far as to have your blog post titles written out in a Google Doc, so all you have to do is copy and paste. But if you don't want to do that, you can just do what I do and write down my titles on a piece of paper next to me. But just to show you, here's a few titles that I have typed out that I want to create pins for. Now instead of typing these into each individual pin, we are just going to copy and paste. So like this, I will just take this, Control C, and I will go back here, Control A to highlight everything, Control V to paste. Now what I will usually do here is fit the text in for one individual pin. Once you get the text fit in to one pin the way that you like, I'm just going to copy and paste this format to all of the other pins that I do. Instead of copying and pasting each individual text a couple times, I'm going to take one text box and copy that through all the pins I'm creating. Let me show you what I mean. So instead of copying and pasting this one, copying and pasting this one, and then copying and pasting this one into each individual pin that I'm creating, I am just going to simply save a little bit of time and copy this one into all 4 designs that I am doing. Then I'm going to come back with this next text box. I'm going to copy and paste it here. And don't worry if your text doesn't fit, because as you can see, a lot of mine doesn't fit. We are going to come back and fix that later once all of the pin designs are done. So now that all of the text is copied and pasted nice and easy, I'm going to actually go back and fix all of the problems that I had by just copying and pasting the random text in there where it doesn't fit. So how I create a week's worth, clearly that doesn't fit, so we're going to do this. I can probably fit of in there, so we're going to get rid of that. Week's worth of pins in 1 hour. So go through and adjust all of your pins to make sure that the text is exactly the way that you want it and it's not all jumbled as it is when we copied and pasted the text the way that we did. And tip number 4 that I have for speeding up the pinning process is to choose one image for all of the pins. So this will change from blog post to blog post as you are creating your pins, but for this specific video that I'm pinning, how I create a week's worth of pins in 1 hour, I will choose one image for all 4 of the designs. Then when I go to create another pin using these templates with a different blog post, I will then change the image there. Because it doesn't matter if you use the same image for different pin designs, Pinterest will still consider that to be a different pin. So I will go over here to my photos and I'm just going to pick the first one. So that one's going to go here. So I'm going to do that for all of my other pins for this specific video or blog post that I am doing and use that there. And this will just save you time so that you're not searching for a bunch of different photos for one pin design. And a way to speed up getting images is by using stock photos. If you can, at least. Some niches, obviously you won't be able to use stock photos. Like if you are in the travel niche, you are gonna have to use your own photos for your Pinterest pins. But if you can, I highly recommend just using stock photos. It's so much faster and easier than using your own images. You do not need to take your own images for Pinterest. You can either get images from free stock photo websites, paid stock photo websites, or my favorite way of getting images, just using Canva. You can get photos using the free version of Canva, or you can get more photos, which is what I prefer to do with the paid version of Canva. Now you can just save your pins and repeat this process for every blog post that you are planning to promote for that week. If you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe down below, and if you need more help on creating pins fast in Canva, check out this video right here. Bye!